Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a full face testing out some new and old high-end makeup. I just got the new Lunar Beauty Nude Prism collection. I also have the new Ilia True Skin Serum foundation. And then I also have some new stuff from Saie Cosmetics, a new primer and then a new concealer. So not enough for a full face, but I figured we could still do a dedicated high-end makeup video because I do a lot of drugstore and affordable stuff on my channel. It's like, why not, right? Like, let's switch it up and be a little bougie today. So grab a snack, get cozy, and if you are new, make sure you subscribe to my channel for new videos every single week, and let's get into it. So I'm going to start with the eyes first, and I'm going to take the Everlasting Eye Base from Dominique Cosmetics. I just used this the other day, and it's really, really good. This is like going to be my third or fourth time trying it out. It's so pigmented. You need like the tiniest bit for both of your eyes, but it gives you a lot of coverage on your eyes, but also it's a little bit of a tacky base, so if you have more oily lids, I recommend setting. Your eyeshadows just go on really nicely over top of this primer. It's definitely much thicker than the one that I like from Rare Beauty, and it's a little bit more tacky, but I still really like it. It's good. And you really, like I said, just need a tiny bit, and it's so pigmented. And you know what? As I'm blending this out, I can definitely see that this is not as tacky as it was when I used it last week because I'm using less product. So less is more. Today for eyeshadows, I'm going to use the Nude Prism palette from Lunar Beauty. Look at this packaging, you guys. It is just stunning. If you're into packaging, like, this is it. And I've actually never tried any eyeshadows from Lunar Beauty, only his blush palette. I love the fact, first of all, in this palette that you get more mattes than shimmers. And the shimmers that you do get are just like classic, like just staple shades. So I'm going to start off with the shade Cherry Blossom. It's like a light pink. And then I'm going to mix in a little bit of I'm Shy, which is like a light orange. I'm going to just take both of those colors and just put them in my crease. I'm gonna add a little bit more of this color, I'm Shy. Okay, moving right down the line, I'm gonna take the shade of Vibes. Vibes looks like a true soft brown. The other shades are very light, but I think they would obviously show up more if you are much more fair than I am and you have a lighter skin tone. But they do seem like they're good, like, transition colors. They're just really light, or you could even use them all over your lid. With these colors though, like, my first impression is that the formula feels like really smooth and buttery. So I just popped on some e.l.f. eye tapes. These are my absolute favorite, and I think if you're doing your own makeup for like prom or a special occasion, or if you're a bride, you need these. I'm gonna next go into this color. It's like a taupey mauve shade. It's called Milk Tea. I like this color a lot. And with that color, I'm gonna take it and also just run that into the crease a little bit, just building this up and making it a little bit dark as I go. I'm pretty much just layering a lot of these colors because I always like to do that whenever I'm trying out a new palette, just using as many of the shades as possible. Then I'm gonna go into Bloom For You. This is like a deep, very rich brown, but it almost has like a plum undertone. Maybe it's just me, but it just looks like very deep. But I wanna do like this light pink on the lid right here, so I think this color will just complement it really nicely. I'm gonna take this color again, just right on the edge of where I just applied that darker shade. I'm just taking that just to blend and diffuse that color out a little bit. I'll probably add more. I'm very light-handed with that color. It's really pigmented. Okay, now I'm gonna take the shade Deeper, which is just a matte black right here on the end. I'm gonna do a wing, but I'm gonna smudge it out. This is a nice black. Then I'm gonna take the brown in the palette and I'm gonna smudge that out with this brown shade. And I'm just blending out that plum shade a little bit more, just using the brush that I used earlier with whatever is left over on that brush. just like blending it out. I'm gonna try out this color right here called Sam in the palette. It's one of like the more pinky shimmers. I know it looks similar to the others, but it's different, and I just dug my nail into it. So yeah, I'm gonna use this. Let's go in with this dry just to try it out. Ooh, wow. pretty. I am gonna wet my brush though because that's always necessary. But the shades are really, really nice. I will say I'm impressed with the eyeshadow formula. That is so satisfying. Wow, I love this palette. I love the colors in here. The formulas, they're really, really nice. For false lashes today, I'm going to use these from Velour, and I actually got these from TJ Maxx. They were $8. I still have the price on them right here, but this is what they look like. They're just like a pretty fluffy lash. And I'm going to coat my lashes with the Item Beauty Lash Snack Lengthening Mascara. I love the wand on this. It works really well for your top and lower lashes. It's a good size. While the lash glue dries, I'm going to use the KVD Tattoo Pencil Liner. Have any of you guys tried these? Because I think I like them more than the Urban Decay 24/7 liners. I used this on my waterline the other day. It was actually really long wearing and I love the formula. It's just like a gel. You just twist it up here from the bottom. And it's so creamy, very pigmented. And then the other shade that I have that I love from them is Exonate Brown. It's just like a really nice warm brown. So I think this would make any eye color pop. So I'm gonna use this later on my waterline, but I'm gonna use the black today just to tightline my upper lash line. This also doesn't irritate my eyes. So let's do the skin now. I'm gonna start with a little Peach and Lily Glass Skin Veil Mist. This is expensive, but it's really nice. I love just how light the spray is, but it's still very hydrating. Like it says hydrate and glow. I agree. And there's no scent to it, which is nice. And I actually have a new primer today. This is the Glowy Super Gel Dewy Illuminating Fluid from Saie Cosmetics. This is supposed to be better than the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter, which is one of my favorite high-end products. So I'm curious to see how this compares to that. And I have this one in the shade Star Glow. I'm not sure if it comes in other shades. Maybe it does, but this is the color that I have. So you can use this under foundation. You can mix it in with like a tinted moisturizer. The consistency is very watery. It sort of feels like a serum. It's definitely not as like thick as the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. This also doesn't have a scent, which is really nice. This is like one of those clean beauty brands at Sephora. Wow, that is so pretty. It definitely adds like that Hollywood Flawless Filter kind of glow, but it's really hydrating. So now we can try out the True Skin Serum Foundation from Ilia. This one I picked up in the shade Selena. Every time I think of Selena, I think of Selena's the movie. I'm obsessed with that movie. But anyways, this looks like it's gonna be too dark. So this is a skincare powered foundation. It's supposed to be weightless, buildable, medium coverage with a smooth skin-like finish. And it does say to shake well before use. I need like a little bit of a tan to make this work, but I'm gonna keep this shade because I feel like this is a good summer match for me because it's obviously darker than my skin, but it's not too orange and too dark. This definitely has some coverage too, which is like really nice. So I agree with the claim. It feels like a skin tint with medium coverage. I think the coverage is a little bit more minimal with a sponge, of course, because a brush is gonna pack on the product more. But if you want a little bit more coverage, I would say a brush is your best bet. It looks good on both sides though. It just depends on how much you need to cover, how much you want. I added like a drop of the foundation on this side just to build it up a little bit and make it even with the other side. I think I like it with a brush more, but the foundation itself, I do agree with the claims. It doesn't have a ton of coverage though. Even the medium coverage, like it's good medium coverage, but it's still natural at the same time. So I'm gonna wear this throughout the day and I'll keep you guys updated. So far, I think it is a really nice foundation. For me, is it necessary? I don't know, because I'm loving the Kosas foundation has really been like my jam. And this is kind of reminding me of that a little bit. Now for concealer, let's try out the Hydra Bream Sheer Brightening Under Eye Concealer from Saie Cosmetics. And I have this one in the shade HB2. I love this packaging. It is so beautiful. So I'm going to use a brush to blend out this concealer because it says it's sheer. So I feel like if I use a sponge, it's going to kind of sheer it out even more and give me less coverage. So this brush is from the Sigma and Taylor Wynn brush set, which unfortunately is no longer available, but I love the brush. I would say the coverage is like not full coverage, but not super sheer. It's actually not as sheer as I thought it was going to be. It's also very hydrating. This does feel a little bit thicker when you apply it, but it blends really nicely. I think I like the concealer a little bit more than the foundation, just like first impressions applying it onto the skin. I'm getting more of like that kind of wow factor from the concealer. I think it's really, really dewy and hydrating. So if you have dry under eyes, this is for you. Okay, so now I'm gonna apply some cream bronzer and blush, and I'm gonna use the Milk Makeup stick in the shade of Baked. This is probably honestly my favorite cream bronzer that's high-end. And this for me is definitely one of those products that I always end up using over and over again, and I go back to it because I love the formula of this and I love this color on my skin. So I kind of just apply it and then I'm just gonna blend it out a little bit with the foundation brush. And then I'm gonna use the same Milk Makeup Lip and Cheek color in the shade Work. They have more shades in these. This is my favorite color. It's just a natural rosy pink. And this formula is also nice and dewy. I'm gonna set the under eyes and I'm gonna use the Say Cosmetics Air Set Radiant Loose Setting Powder. And this one is in translucent. I used this powder, I don't remember when, but we're gonna use it again today. Especially because I loved that concealer like a lot. And that primer was really nice too. My favorite part. Oh, look at that difference. All right, I'm gonna set the rest of my makeup. I think the side, by the way, that I used the brush looks so much smoother, like with that foundation. So the brush really makes a difference. And I'm gonna add a little bronzer, and I'm gonna use this one from Ilia. It's the Drawn In Nightlight Bronzing Powder. This I actually do really like. It's just a nice, like smooth matte bronzer. If you have fair skin, I think you would really like this color too because it's a little bit warm, but it's not too orangey and it doesn't look muddy, and it's a really smooth formula. So this I do like. This color can also be a little bit more buildable as well because it is a very light shade, but it's a good color. Let's try out the new Lunar Beauty Prism Blush Palette. So let's compare both of the blush palettes. So here we have the new one, and then this is his original. This is the Moon Prism Blush Palette. Kind of similar, but not really. This one is definitely much brighter, like it has those two brighter shades, and then the other colors in here are a little bit softer than the original blush palette. So they both look amazing. I think this blush formula is really nice, so I'm definitely a big fan of it. So today, I think I'm gonna use this mauve blush. Wow, that's so pretty. I never use blush this color. Oh, I like that a lot. First of all, it's a matte blush, but do you see that pigment and how smooth that looks on the skin? It's basically identical to his other one, which is nice. The colors are just a little bit different. I love this blush shade. I really, like I said, never use colors like this because it's a little bit more cool tone, but it is like the prettiest color. I'm gonna use the Fenty Beauty Kilowatt Highlighter Duo. I have not used this in such a long time. They actually sent this to me and I was like, let me try it out again. So this one is the Freestyle Highlighter Duo, and this is the lightest color. Very fitting with today's look. So I'm gonna use pretty much both of the colors. And then I'm just gonna go over that with that blush brush just to sheer it out a little bit. And for my lash line, I am gonna take this color, which is that plum like brown, and I'm just gonna smudge that on the lash line. Then I just spot cleaned that brush that I was using, and I'm gonna take some of this color just to help kind of blend that out a little bit. Then for the inner corners, I'm gonna take that shimmery white. You honestly really don't need to spray your brush with these shimmers. Like, look at that color. Wow. Look at that inner corner. Like, I live for a light inner corner. This color does have a little fallout because there's like some glitter to it. So maybe spraying it might help it stick a little bit better in that regard. And then I'm gonna add that brown liner that I told you guys about from KVD Vegan Beauty, just to line up my waterline. Let me coat these lashes, and then we have some lip oils to try out from the Lunar Beauty collection. So I'm just gonna try them on bare. I have nothing on my lips. I just had on a little lip oil earlier, but we're gonna try all of these out. I believe one is just clear, but let's just try them all out. Okay, yes, so Expose Me is the clear one. This smells so good. It smells like authentic. It doesn't smell like artificial. Wow, this smells like a vacation. You really just need one swipe and it gives you just the right amount of gloss on your lips. It's really just like a wet, juicy lip oil. The other one that I have is Dare Me, and this one has like a lighter pinky tint, but essentially when you apply these on your lips, it's gonna be like clear. Now, I'm not sure if you can buy these separately because I did buy the bundle. I would say though, you really don't need all of them because I mean, I'm about to try out the last one now, but the first two are pretty much just like clear. So you're definitely not gonna get color on your lips. The last one is Kiss Me. Kiss Me is just, it's basically all like the same thing. The scents are just a little bit different. I feel like I need a good lip color with this eye makeup though. I wanted to try out the lip oils because they did come in the kit that I bought. So I'm gonna line my lips with some Iconic Nude from Charlotte Tilbury. I personally don't love these. Like I definitely feel like these are overrated in my opinion. Lip liner is the one thing that truly you do not need to spend a lot of money on, again, in my opinion. But just to keep everything high end in today's video, I'm gonna line my lips with this. I mean, this is a nice lip liner, don't get me wrong, but everybody like loves it, like obsesses over it, and I don't get the hype. It's a nice color though, and I'm gonna top that off with the Bite Beauty lipstick in the shade Sesame. I've actually never used this color before. I picked this up during my Sephora haul. It's more of like a pink, like a neutral pink that's nude but has some color. It's not totally nude. These smell like the Milani Color Fetish matte lipsticks. I'm just gonna set my makeup and kind of just melt all the products into my skin with the Peach and Lily spray. This isn't really like meant to make your makeup last, so I'm gonna spray something else over top, which is extra and unnecessary, but this is me we're talking about. So I'm gonna use the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray today. This is very intense though and is super matte. So I'm gonna use the Peach and Lily first just to kind of add a little extra hydration to my skin and melt the products in, and then this will really just like seal everything into place. Man, my spritzer doesn't work. No. Okay, just kidding. We're not going to use this today. This is another spray that I love. The Smashbox Photo Finish setting spray. This is bomb. Let's use that. The one from Charlotte Tilbury is much more matte, but this is really good too. So this is definitely one of my favorite eye looks that I have done, and I think it's very appropriate for like a special occasion, prom. Let's talk about some of these products. Honestly, I liked everything minus the foundation. The foundation is probably my least favorite product in today's video, and this is again the True Skin Serum Foundation from Ilia. I don't think it's a bad foundation. Like it definitely looked nice when I first applied it, but I just didn't really get that wow factor from it. You know, like it looked nice, but I'm gearing more towards the Kosas foundation, especially because these are more expensive products. Let me actually, I'm curious to see how much this foundation is from Ilia because I bought it a little while ago. I'm gonna actually compare prices really quick. So this is $54. That's expensive. And let's see how much the Kosas one is. The one from Kosas is $42. So I definitely think I like the Kosas one a little bit more. Plus that one has SPF in it and it's a little bit cheaper. The Saie Cosmetics products though have definitely impressed me. I know I used this powder before and I don't remember what my thoughts were on it, but I love it today with the concealer. And I did actually take a photo with Flash. I'll insert it here. There's no filter on this, by the way. I just took it right with my iPhone camera on the back camera, which is always the true test because I feel like your iPhone will tell you if your makeup looks good or not. But I think this looks really nice, very smooth and natural. And I like the little touch of radiance that my skin has in this photo. And I think it's because of that Saie Cosmetics powder because it does have a radiant finish. It's not totally matte. And also, let's zoom in on the under eyes so you can see that there is such minimal creasing. And I noticed this earlier when I said, I'm like, there are like no fine lines on my under eyes right now. Like they are so minimal that it's almost like they're non-existent. So I'm very happy with the concealer and powder combo. Also, this Saie Cosmetics super glowy or glowy super gel in Star Glow. This is stunning. To me, this is kind of like the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter, but this is more hydrating and it's also a little bit more glowy on the skin. And the Lunar Beauty collection did not disappoint. The blush is beautiful as well as the eyeshadows. I think these are good products to keep in your kit if you're a makeup artist because I do feel like there's good variety in here and the quality is nice. It's very luxe. The lip oils are nice, and you definitely don't need all 3 of them. So if you can buy them separately, I would say just get one. You don't need all of them. The scents are a little bit different, but essentially they're all the same thing as far as like how they look on your lips. And the Bite Beauty lipsticks were another new product that I tried. These are nice, but the Milani ones are like basically the same exact thing for under 10 bucks. So I would say you could skip out on this. You don't need to splurge on it. Just get the Milani lipsticks. As always, everything will be linked down below for you guys if you're interested. And if you have tried any of these products, let me know your thoughts. And if there's anything else that you guys want me to test out, also leave me a comment. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you very soon in my next one. Bye.